achieved.
What's up, everybody, and welcome into Studio de Jeffrey. It's good to see you guys. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube page because in the comments is where you can leave what you want to talk about the next day, and I will try to take care of you. So in the comments right here, just leave what you want to talk about tomorrow, and I'll take care of you. Also, remember on the 1053thefan.com website, Brian Broaddus and I are doing our top 10 for the NFL draft, which is now way under 3 weeks away. And so today we did defensive ends. Yesterday we did our corners. And you can find all that stuff on 1053thefan.com. Dez Bryant back to the Cowboys. Okay. All right. So now he's working out with Dak, right? He's working out with Dak. Our own Brian Broaddus got a text from a source who says that Dak is telling people Dez is looking good and that Dez should be on an NFL team. Now, what does that mean? He didn't say Dez should be on the Cowboys. What the heck? What the heck, Dak? Aren't you fighting for my guy? So everybody, I think, has probably seen the workout videos for now with Dez, and he looks all right. He looks better than he did when he first started putting out the videos, for sure. How realistic is Dez Bryant coming back to the league and being a high-impact player? Probably low, but he seems to know that. So he seems to acknowledge that he's just down for whatever, just wants to help, just wants to be on a team. So you want the roadmap to Dez Bryant returning to the Cowboys? I have the roadmap for you for Dez Bryant returning to the Cowboys. This is how it works. Are you familiar with the Aldon Smith contract, the Cowboys' newest defensive end? The Aldon Smith contract, while Trey Wingo was freaking out about $4 million for this guy and they can't get a deal done for their quarterback, he didn't get a $4 million contract. He gets $4 million if he plays every game and gets 14 sacks. And if he does that, then he's worth 6-7 times the amount that he would make. So shut up, everybody who's got a problem with the Aldon Smith contract. And let's hope that he stays clean and sober and that he can help the Cowboys. That would be awesome for him. It would be awesome for your football team. Now, use that contract. This is not a one-step process. The first step of this process is for Dak Prescott with his workouts with Dez to really believe, I can throw to this dude. I can use this dude. Now the Dallas Cowboys would have to believe, I can play this guy in the slot, you know? And I think some people are against that because they're not grasping the concept properly. There's two things you can do with a slot receiver. One is you could be Cole Beasley, right? Little guy, shifty. Woohoo! I'm so quick, you can't cover me. That is one way to man the slot position. The other way is what Jordan Reed did in Washington. Evan Ingram with the Giants. Guys like that. Big guys. Mismatch. If you put your nickel corner on me, a lot of the nickel corners are 5'9", 5'10", 190 pounds because they have to chase the Cole Beasley types around. All right, well, now I'm going to bring in a 220-pound dude that's a tank. And you're going to change it up. You can leave that tiny man on me, but I'm going to work down this seam. I'm going to run these slants, maybe a quick hitter and run you over. So you can do different things in the slot. And Dez Bryant in the slot is interesting to me, where he's running mostly your inside breaking routes. He'd have to get real interested in run blocking, but okay. Let's make that realistic, right? Dak says to the Cowboys, been working with him, looks good, I like it, I can throw to this dude. Because the Cowboys' follow-up question, Mike McCarthy, should be, well, when he was still younger and healthy, you couldn't throw to him. Go look up the numbers when Dak was the quarterback with Dez Bryant on the Cowboys, and what you'll find is when you targeted Dez Bryant, the results weren't real good on average. So there would have to be a change there. Dez Bryant has to be fully healthy and in the best shape of his life. That's what he has to be. Because the way he played football, I mean, he was a dominant force for 3 years. Best touchdown scorer in the league. Monster. But he was never fast, and he was never quick. Never. So he has to get all the way back. best shape of your life. Now that you're years removed from playing in the NFL, you got to be in the best shape of your life. The Achilles has to be perfect. The work ethic looks great. Looks like he's out there working out all the time. We won't talk about the social distancing that they don't seem to be doing. But okay, so now we've got Dez in the best shape of his life. He's willing to play a reduced role, right? He's willing to play because this is potentially one of the problems. I think Dez has matured in a lot of ways. If you just follow him on social and just see what he's up to and how he engages with people, I think Dez has matured in a lot of ways. Sports are different. Could Dez really be your fourth or fifth receiver? Could he really play 10 plays a game? Kind of just over there waiting for an injury or specialty package. But we're drawing up the way that this is possible. So the way that this is possible, Dak says, yep, I can throw to that dude. He is ready. Dez is back, baby. That's step one. Step two is the Cowboys don't count on Dez to be the third receiver. They don't count on him to play the slot. They count on him to be an option to play the slot. So it looks something like this. Dez, how you doing, sir? Come on in. Let's talk contract. All right, Dez, here's your contract. You don't get very much money. If you happen to make a bunch of catches and score a bunch of touchdowns, then you get more money. If you are active on a per-game basis, you get more money. All these different things because I think, and I hate to say this because I'm a Dez guy. I'm a Desbian. I love Dez. You have to protect yourself because if he's not a starter, is there the potential for a malcontent? There's the potential. No matter how big a fan you are, you got to admit that there's at least some chance of malcontent. If you're not out there making plays and the team's losing a game and you're just standing on the sideline the entire game, there's a chance for that. So you have to protect yourself. It's the same way the Cowboys have to protect themselves and did protect themselves with Aldon Smith in terms of what if 9 months of clean and sober isn't enough to turn a life around? What if something else happens? He's got a track record of a lot of things that you don't want your players to have a track record of, so you have to protect yourself with the contract. So you protect yourself with the Dez contract. Guaranteed money? Nuh-uh. Mm-mm. This is why Gavin Dawson yesterday said, Dez might want the Cowboys, but maybe he shouldn't. Maybe there's a better opportunity where there's more playing time available. And I know the Cowboys don't have, like right now, they just have their two starting receivers and Cedric Wilson, basically, right? And all the training camp guys that people will fall in love with. But I can't rely on he's my third receiver. I just can't do it. Too far removed from playing. But I think if you use him as a combination, what you do here is you go combo platter. So you sign Dez to a team-friendly deal without guaranteed money. He gets paid a bonus for every game that he's active. He gets paid for yards and touchdowns, although that part of it might be dangerous because then he's really going to want to be on the field. Maybe you're creating your own problem there. So maybe you just make it a per-game active roster bonus. Maybe just do it that way, okay? Then the next step is you build your team as if he's not your slot receiver. You draft a guy. So the Cowboys, what they would do is, Broadus keeps telling me there's some people with the Cowboys that would tell you that they believe in Cedric Wilson, that he could be their starting slot. Okay, you can believe that. That's cool. I think I had him as like a fourth-round receiver in his draft class. So you believe you have a guy that could do it. You bring in a guy in Dez Bryant that you're hoping could do it. Maybe it's just a part-time basis. Maybe I just like you in certain matchups, packages, situations, red zone. So I got a guy that I think could do it, and maybe that's part-time. And then in this draft, you pick another one. Devin Duvernay out of Texas, James Prochet late out of SMU, KJ Hill, Ohio State. Just kind of watch the draft board play out, and once you get to that fourth or fifth round, look at your board and say, all right, where's my slot guys? And pick you one. That way, okay, the incumbent is Cedric Wilson. He's got a shot to win this job. I'm drafting a young guy who will be here for 4 years that I believe has a shot to win this job. And I brought in at no risk to the team or to the salary cap Dez Bryant for a shot to contribute in some sort of role. So as Dez is working out with Dak, that's the blueprint. Dak fights for him, team gets concessions on contract, and you draft a guy and almost pretend he's not there and then just see what happens. I'm trying to draw up the dream because I'm like you. I like Dez Bryant too. I want him back on the team. I want him back dominating. The world was a better place when Dez was throwing up the X. So that is your blueprint to Dez Bryant back to the Cowboys. Remember, leave in the comments what you want to talk about tomorrow. Subscribe to the YouTube page. Turn on the notifications. Don't you miss a video, all right? I'll see you guys later.